Hello, hello. This is Jana Hancock with the Feel Good, Get Tough podcast. Feel Good, Get Tough, episode 11, Relationships. Last week, I talked about personal growth. At the end of today's episode, I'm giving away something free to every listener on this podcast. So make sure you listen to the end so that you know how you can get your free gift. Today's episode is brought to you by 50 Secrets of Blissful Relationships, written by Michael Webb, Oprah's love expert. He reveals the secrets for having the relationship of your dreams. So pick up your copy today. So why relationships? Well, relationships affects all of us, regardless what our status is. If we're single, married, divorced, it doesn't matter. There's so many different kinds of relationships. There's relationships you have with people you work with. There's relationships with your boss. There's business relationships you have with clients. There's relationships you have with your family, with friends, with a spouse. How you treat people can affect all of the relationships in your life. And family, the best way to build relationships with family is usually time. Time is valuable. You know, the great secret of life is to be human and to treat everyone the way you want to be treated. You are important, and so is everyone else. They are important too. And then there are those people that don't treat you well back. Well, this is what we call toxic relationships. Those are the ones I recommend we step away from. And in my opinion, you're better off to just walk away. Don't let getting lonely make you reconnect with toxic people. You shouldn't drink poison just because you're thirsty. At your absolute best, you still won't be good enough for the wrong person. And at your worst, you'll still be worth it to the right person. And that's how you hone in your own power. One of the most important relationships you can work on is the relationship you have with yourself. For positive change to take place with yourself, it starts with your thoughts. And are you always good to yourself? Do you treat yourself with respect? Your health should be the number one priority in your life, and you deserve to live a life that you love. You should never, ever criticize yourself, but you deserve to be treated with respect. And you should treat yourself well and take care of yourself. Because when you do that, when you treat yourself well and take care of yourself, it shows to other people, and then it will make it easier for you to have a relationship with someone else because you love yourself. You always have to love yourself first before you can make room in your heart to love someone else. One of the ways to hone in on your true power is you can find out what your personality traits are. When I was in college, I was required to read this book called The Color Code by Taylor Hartman. And at the time, it was fairly new out there, but he spent a lot of years studying psychology, and he's also been a motivator in the business world and how to deal with different personality types at work. Well, anyway, the color code starts with the colors red, blue, white, and yellow. Red are motivated by power, and And those types of people, they just want the ability to move from point A to point B and get things done without any types of obstacles. But sometimes they don't care if they have to step on people to get there. That's just how red people are motivated by. And then blue, they're motivated by intimacy. They're usually the do-gooders. They're great at connecting. They're great at creating quality relationships and having purpose in their lives and what motivates and drives them. And they are usually very thoughtful and sincere. And then white, they are motivated by peace. White are the peacekeepers. They are usually laid back. They stay calm and balanced, even in the midst of conflict. And what motivates and drives white people is they bring clarity and tolerance. They have a lot of tolerance and are usually generally kind, good listeners, and able to get along with most personality types. And then yellows are motivated by fun. Well, yellows are the fun lovers. Anything that they do in life has to revolve around fun. We can all learn something from Mary Kay Ash. She was loved by people, and she was the founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics. She passed away at the age of 83 years old, but there were many things that she did in building businesses. And one of the great lessons we can learn from her is how you treat people. She said, make your people feel important. And she said that by making the people that you work with feel important, that's the key secret to building a good team. The dash. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on her tombstone from beginning to the end. He noted that the first date came her date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For the dash represents all the time that she spent alive on earth. And now only those who loved her know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about the long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. And if we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we'd never loved before. And if we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remember that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy's being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? And this little story I shared with you was written by Linda Ellis. I hope you don't take for granted the time that we have left, and treat everyone the best with the best intentions. Thank you for staying with me until the end. I have two very special gifts for you today. And the first one is the 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. And that is a link that I will send to you so that you can take the love language online and also download the audiobook free. And then the other is a link to the color code. You can also take that one online as well and find out what color you are. But those two things together, I think will help a lot with relationships because I'm no expert and these guys are. So the way you get these gifts is send me an email at feelgoodandgettough@gmail.com, and the keyword is relationships. Thank you for listening to the Feel Good and Get Tough podcast. If you liked my podcast, make sure you rate it and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another episode. You can also connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or visit our website at feelgoodandgettough.com.